What's up, y'all? Out here in the boat garage, and we're gonna be working on the native Watercraft today. I've got a new trolling motor. It's a Motorguide. It's made for the kayak. I'm really excited to put it on there, and I had to get a little custom plate sent to me to mount this thing properly. So I made a little custom mount here, you know, with a little piece of wood, but we got the legit part from Native. It's the bow mount for the Slayer Max 12.5. It's a heavy duty kind of machine plate. So we're gonna be putting the kayak on, just working on that, and I'm gonna try and walk you guys through it. It should be super easy. I think all we need is just a drill, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to do it. All right, so I have removed the rubber grip from the front of this kayak, and I've inserted these two slider slugs into the inside of this thing. They just kind of slide back and forth. It's what you'll actually screw the bracket into. I've also gone ahead and taken the 4 T-nuts and I've hammered them in to the bottom side of this bracket, so that when I've actually got the bracket attached and I go to attach my Motorguide quick release plate, it'll screw down and there'll be some threads down in there to screw into. So now I've just got to mount this plate to the kayak. And so we got our 4 screws mounted. May or may not have had an oopsie moment with that slug slider, so we improvised, just drilled a hole straight through, put a big washer and a lock nut on there. It's not going anywhere, but just to make sure, we're taking this 1/4-inch drill bit. I've already drilled one hole right here. Got this screw, gonna go all the way through into the hole. Gonna do one here as well. Use these waterproof washers and these lock nuts that Native sent us to make sure that this thing is just as sturdy as it needs to be to support that Motorguide trolling motor. Quick release plate is attached. Now all we gotta do is add the trolling motor. So the trolling motor just sets right down there on top of that plate. Then you take this quick release pole and you just slide her in there. We got our quick release pin right here. If you want to take it off, you just pull this all the way out. But you make sure it's locked in, that clip there. You can put a lock on it too if you need to. And now all we got to do is wire up our Dakota lithiums. So we've run the power cord down into the bottom of the boat. I drilled a hole there, put some waterproof silicone around it, and I've got the power cord, you know, it comes through there, pops out right here, just because I'm working on it right now. Once I get everything wired, I'm actually going to run it through the bottom of my boat to the back, to the battery box. To show you guys what I've done here, I had some extra 8-gauge wire, or it's actually 10-gauge, red and black wire, and I've connected my red wire to my red power, the black wire to the black negative, and I've got these crimp connections, and I'm going to slide this heat shrink tubing over that, and I'm going to heat it up, seal it off. That way it's nice and waterproof. I don't have to worry about anything, you know, in case there was somehow to get some water in the bottom of the boat. I don't have to worry about it getting wet. So we just got this heat shrink nice and sealed up using the heat gun. That stuff is nice and watertight. Now we're just gonna run this wire to the back of the boat using some fish sticks. And when I say fish sticks, I'm not talking about fried fish. I'm talking about these nice bendy poles. You screw them together on the ends. It's made for pulling wire, so must have for doing stuff like this. All right, so we just used our fish sticks to pull our wire. Just wrapped it up with a little electrical tape, pulled those things on out of here, and we got our wire all the way through the bottom of the boat. All right, guys, so we have completed the task. I've got a 50-amp circuit breaker up under here, just in line with these wires, just to make sure that everything is, you know, Coast Guard approved and whatnot. This is my makeshift battery box here. So I'm gonna show you guys. I've got a 12-volt, 100-amp-hour Dakota lithium that is for my trolling motor, my Motorguide up there. And then I've also got two 12 volt 46 amp hour batteries for accessories. I've got my power pole, my mini pole here. I've got this 4-bank charger. I'm only using 3, but I've got these batteries set up to where if I want to add a graph, you know, added some kind of panoptics or forward facing sonar, I can. And I just linked up the trolling motor, so pretty stoked to go take this thing for a test drive tomorrow. So I got this remote paired. Man, this thing is sweet. And it's fast, quiet and fast. So that's it for you guys. The Motorguide Xi3, 55-pound 12 volt for the kayak. So you're maybe wondering why I have a white one, and that's because it's saltwater. So if I want to take this in some brackish stuff, go catch some redfish, you know, do something like that, you know, I can. I'll just use this Plano Sportsman's trunk for my battery box. This is the 55 quart, maybe 56 quart. And the way that the lid lays on there, and I'm not too concerned about it getting water into it. I'm just gonna put the lid on there, latch it closed, and I've got to figure out how I'm gonna, you know, secure this to the kayak. I think I'm gonna just use a ratchet strap.